Since this is a course about using technology with education, I wanted to show you some of the tricks that I know, and hopefully they'll be able to help you out in the future. One of the things that I do most often is I will copy out a web page and convert it to a table in Word. Sometimes I need to just copy it and then convert it to text in Word. But there's a couple things that you need to be aware of. So for example, here's the date manager for the course, and notice how it has the lines going across very faintly, just so that you can kind of see them, and it helps keep your eye on track with the line. Since there's more than one page, I clicked show all so I can see all the items. Then I start down at the bottom usually and get my little arrow down there. I click and start dragging up so that I am selecting the screen. Sometimes you have to be patient with this as it moves up. Okay, and then I go, once I get to towards the top, I figure out where I need to stop. Okay, then I let go. I use Control C or Command C to copy. Now let's put this over in Word. This is a blank Word document. Here I'm going to copy and paste. Command V or Control V as in Victor. Okay, let's go to the top. Alright, notice right away you got this little handle up here that shows you have the borders or grid lines are showing. So that's an indication that Word recognizes this as a table. And as you can see, the table's kind of missing over there, it goes off the edge. Let's select the table using the handle. And it's not selected for some reason, so let's click on that handle again. Now that it's selected, let's go up to the table layout tab and let's do an auto fit to match the window. That resizes your table to fit within the margins of your document. Okay. Here you can more clearly see that everything is in a table format. So there's a couple things. First of all, I don't need all of the columns. I don't need this one, so I take my mouse up to the top, get that little down black arrow, click to select, and you can go up to the ribbon to delete the column. Another way to delete the column is to again select the column and then right click with your mouse and say delete column. If you have adjacent columns such as these two that you do not want, you can select both of them with the black arrow at the top, click and drag one way or the other. Once they're selected, again delete the column. Okay, now here's the top row, which is the name and the due as it says, and then there is what is the welcome message and announcements. I don't want these, so I'm going to select both of those. So I've selected the two rows. I'm going to right click and delete the row. Okay, now let's resize our table. Clicking on the handle and auto fit to window. If you want, you can scroll down and look at your table. You see the item that's due, you see the type of item or assignment that it is, as well as the due date and the time that it's due, which for our course is 11:59 p.m. on the day that it's due, end of the day. So at this point, let's save our document just in case something happens. And for simplicity, I'm going to just name this due date table. And I'm leaving it on my desktop so I know where it's at. I'm going to do a command home or control home, depending upon which system. Notice where the insertion point is flashing. I will hit enter. By doing the control home or command home, it takes me to the very top and it will allow me to put a blank line there. There I'm going to type this title, and add a blank line, and from here you can go and format it as you wish. Let's do center and make it bold. Okay, let's help make the table a little bit more visually appealing. I select the table, go up to table design, and then I choose one of the table styles. I like to keep it simple and make sure that it's easier to tell what's there by going horizontally left to right. So I tend to scroll down and typically use one of the ones at the bottom that has every other row, where you can find your favorite one if you want. You can also do this manually. Okay, now notice that the first column is completely shaded. We don't want that, so let's click on the table to select it. If you noticed up at the top in the ribbon, you have banded rows. That's left to right or horizontal. Banded columns, we don't need that. That would be handy if you happen to have your first column with labels or something like that. Then we can click and notice that every other line is shaded. This just helps to make it easier to read. Okay, if you want, here you can do page numbers or whatever else you want to. I suggest though that you go down and notice if there's any kind of weird breaks going on. That's easy to fix. Select your table, go to table layout, properties, row, and remove the check mark here, allow row to break across page, which we do not want. Click OK. And now let's scroll down. And everything looks to be in order. Okay, and in case you're not aware of it, this and this and at the end of the row are all indicators of what's happening behind the scenes, and it's part of the show hide system in Word, which is this backward P on the home ribbon. I tend to use it because I can see easily several things that are going on. Are there too many enters? Is there a line break or a hard page break showing up that shouldn't? So if you turn those off, then it goes back to normal. If you have any questions, let me know and we can go over something more specific. Have a great one, guys.